Wasn't planning on doing this, but I asked her to because she's got that incredible talent.
Oh, good sweet earth, please withstand the onslaught of my fellow man. Here, as you peacefully lie, selflessly unaware that mankind is a parasite, hungry beyond compare. Greed blinds the soul, seeing only the goal, earth unseen as a whole, butchered for oil and coal. What on earth can I do? Restore greed blind eyes? What miracle can renew our mother as she silently dies? Earth continues her sacrifice, yielding to those who tear, the neglect walking dead, the negligent walking dead, consuming beyond compare, ripping her vital organs from her generous chest, gluttony of the worst devouring her best. Reaping is not raping, Oklahoma quakes, as fracking rips, splits, shivers, breaks. Our White House is occupied by an arrogant brute. He'll prostitute our mother, ransack, plunder, loot. Torture of the tender justified? Our votes are tallied, extinction ratified.
Yeah.
You tweet not for me. As I look into her dark blue eyes, my mother told stories from unwritten books. This gave neither heroes nor villains any ties. Her characters were colorless, nevertheless vivid. My father's sky blue eyes laughed, even while he did not. My green eyes cringe at dreadful spectacles. I know that if your boot is on a human's neck, if your knee is denying a person life-giving air, you are not a peace officer, but a perpetrator, protecting no one. You are not acting on my behalf. If you are tweeting hate speech like an insignificant bird, you do not tweet for me. In speaking division, you do not speak for me. I tell stories of colorless characters as I look into the rich, intellectual, dark brown eyes of my grandchildren. Does that mean I'm done?
No, I think we could use one more.
Stand down to overcome. War does not destroy our enemies. War destroys us. We are diminished by each bayonet's thrust. We choose ignorance, behaving as barbarians, slaughtering, bombing, decomposing civilizations. Our soldiers have paid war's extravagant cost. A thirsty ground swallows the blood they've lost. Blood money shames the curators of modern war, amassing fortunes as the poor kill the poor. The wealthy never walk the gory front lines. Blood, tissue, guts don't traumatize their minds. The young, weak, elderly, feeble hide in the rubble as the rich savages bask in war's monetary bubble. Any progress sown by violence is an illusion. War reaps loss. Triumph is a collective delusion. The industrial military machine we praise and support is a victory as hollow as your rifles report. The Mediterranean Sea is a graveyard without stones. Misery chases innocence from hazardous homes. Tired, hungry, vacant eyes, anguished and crazed, our future squandered, children battlefield raised. Al-Qaeda, Bush, ISIS, Putin, Trump, Assad, Obama, Assad, your bloodlust insults mankind and any God. All this ridiculous, brutal behavior must cease. Honor your spirits. Muster the courage for peace.
One more time for 10 to do and see do it. I'm looking forward to hearing all kinds of wonderful things. I'm grateful for y'all having me. This is one I call All Hail. I'm excited to hear Doug. He sounds good more. Don't see Thank you. This next bit, I call time money. Play this one. This one just played my buddy Dustin Saharsky. This is more his song. But, yeah, I don't really mind playing it all. It's called Welcome to the Age of the Acid Blues. Can't you hear him coming after? Big old policeman wanna come take me like the old away. Welcome to the age of acid blues, when the acid I take is the acid I choose. Said I'm in trouble, can't you help me? Got nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Somebody got me. Oh, welcome to the age of acid. When the acid I take is the acid I choose. Ooh, now.
Good one. That was great. Good one.
I'll stand up and read because that's not a big deal. I messed that up too much. Hey guys, my name's George. Just spoken word. I read poems. A little bit about myself. I'm currently taking a few college classes to go out and do some wildland firefighting. I'm an EMT already.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. And I do mostly trying to get a football on this job real quick, get some money. What else? I've been singing for about 5 or 6 years. I know most of you guys here, and I love that. It's a great community, a loyal community too. So, and yeah, since then I've been playing music, trying to support the community, be part of the community, go to local shows and stuff like that. And this is how I got the opportunity today. Thank you.
Thanks, George.
I'm going to start off with a short story I got called Eyes of the World. This is about a mouse and a figure, basically. Eyes, when I say eyes, I mean like meanings from other people's minds, like, because, your brain is behind your eyes, so that's kind of my thing, interpersonal perspectives is basically it's a word that I like to think of when I say eyes. People say what they see. The mouse and inferiority causes a bitter story born to pass tests. To vary the task of figuring out the will the option so runs on. People examine the mouse expecting results, hopes fabricated by their own beliefs that there's a perfect outcome somewhere. Late at night, the mouse scratches at the glass, leaving remnants of desperation for the world to see. Such a minuscule detail remains little thought of. People come and go, eyes of the world, they blend together. So big for a small mouse. for the unknown beholds and listens. Leaving him with nothing but faith and courage, the mouse only wonders how can people be so careless. Shouldn't they know the fragility of being alive? When will they learn that they are but a mouse, running on the wheel for a sense of structure, performing menial tasks that are their livelihood just to be slowly dying anyways? Their carelessness bites back, allowing ignorance to slowly bog up the glass with a blanket of bliss. They see what they choose to see, giving them a false sense of largeness. This great power is used so wrong, causing vices to overcome virtues, impalling the beholder, and draining them of all humanship, leaving but a walking corpse, or as children call monsters. The mouse, stuck in the center of his existence, the world moves so fast, a continuous order revolving around the choices he makes. Days and days of experimentation and questioning began to lose their purpose. No more answers, no more thinking, no more meanings, it's all too messy. It has to be now, the choice goes so pivotal. He can continue to question what the world wants, or leave the question what he did. Eyes of the world they blend together, frightening the mouse until he finally escaped. Down in the dirt, the mouse runs free, almost blending in. When no one is around, the world brings him freedom, and the land spans an endless surrendering of trees and grass. His life might be shortened now, with all the world's danger lurking behind every wrong move. But it's a fulfilled life, where time does not spoil his drive, where ongoers are ongoers, not some symbol of hope that could potentially free him from his repetitive nature. With newfound meaning, the mouse renews his old artificial lifestyles. Now the sky is beating down new colors, the walls are all torn down. What does one do when his beliefs become permanent? Some will lose themselves, ages of reliance shrinking the chance of withholding them no longer. Some will do this outright, surviving just enough to choose the route of writing their own little society of misfitted animals. Returning to form after all the years of cursing the land that was supposed to be filled with promises and wealth, as if the world was ready to hand them all her years of evolution and hard work, with no struggles or sympathy in return. Some will never be fine, fighting till the day they die, losing the friends that are made along the way. The life of solitude related by spontaneous consequences. Was there ever a choice for the ones who went down this path? Whose questions that look answers in the woods of self-discovery? This question in particular, I cannot answer. Was it always fair for the ones who could not see that first? The answer to this matter varies on outcomes. Words are read by the pen of exclusiveness. Which mice will take these routes and live to try again? So we can answer these questions that plague each that goes separate ways. Are we meant to never figure this out? These questions out, this world out. Is it meant for the will to never stop spinning, or for the water to simply stay wet? Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of just about a little mouse figuring out his own things too. A lot of meetings, people's meetings, a lot of animals, that type of whole thing. So, escaping the laboratory, which is basically any small town that you grow up in. I call this one Surface. This is an older one I wrote a long time ago. It's definitely short. It's kind of just about, I have a deep one on how, like, straight democracy can't be good for anybody. It's kind of communism, everybody being equal and all that, like finance-wise and all that, it doesn't have any sense of individuality. I also don't like Republicans either, but that's a whole other story. So this is called Surface, and it's just slightly about, what you see at first isn't exactly what all that is to be made for, because there's promises of peace and love and all this and that. And there's always a catch usually. And it's kind of like human nature. Kill the man who controls you. See your wings spread. Don't fly too high. You'll pass the sky. The sun gets to your head. On the surface, it looks like heaven. On the surface, there was a promise that if you give yourself for others, may peace and love be with you. On the surface, it all seems great. On the surface, there is no hate. To be equal is to be liberated. But are you liberated equally? Dream the dream of happy places, everything goes your way, along with all the others. Dream the dream of your control, you'll get what you deserve. Set ablaze in newfound ways, along with all the others. To the rotten worms and bad apples, give them free equality. Beat the bear and then once more, time to tame the lion, make it score. Thank you guys for your time.
Good job, brother. I got one more position and then I'll have you guys off. One more this. I'll have you quiet.
What's that?
What are you gonna do?
Okay.
Yeah. Get fixed.
What's that? Well, I brought a spare. It's a story. Yeah. It's kind of yeah, that might be loud. Check it out real quick. Mind having it?
No, sir.
Yeah,
Right behind you. Sit back right here.
Why not what?
Why not use suitcases?
Exactly.
Do you need something to stop it from moving? He sits on it. Please. There's using the hill for that cake. They got a good sound too. I have not seen the suitcase before.
No, I said, I put the suitcase here before the doctor.
That strapping on a suitcase makes it look like a speaker too.
I need a phone, right?
You need white?
Signin one? Yes.
So all you said to get to me the first time,
Hear that out there?
All of us.
All you? All 10 of you? Well, we'll wait for my friends to come in, but yeah. Maybe we'll start playing them coming. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a bunch of cover songs that I like. And see how that goes. Start out with some Beverly Hillbilly song. Alright, anyways.
Sure make it hard to sit still.
Get up and boogie then.
I did.
Alright, so this is a ski girl song called Mountain, but I've changed words for regional reasons, so it's more, it's not Pueblo, but I don't know, this is This is a song by Doc Loves called Drummer's One Shot.
I cried that day.
It's daughter of the
shut out to keep going.
dude named Jay Gould that owned the railroad company
He's
back in the
disappeared.
day, I guess. She was really
Big
mean
feels
to
like that's gotta suck.
homeless people
Obviously,
and
money's
she'd make her
big,
dad.
a lot of bad stuff I couldn't do. Pretty hard on me. Get up pretty thick skin.
I will. I'll move around. I will.
Bravo!
I read a couple of things outside with the drug game. Hell yeah, dude. Now every day you get the book right from the author. I was planning to come see you guys at check out what they're doing at the I'm Scott, but they call me Scooter, brother. Thanks for coming to Pueblo, sharing that life. That's what's up. Are you guys going to be in town next weekend, or are you guys heading back? You're tomorrow. You guys plan to hang out in Colorado for the week? A little party on the mountain coming up in Guthrie here next weekend. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You guys got some stuff prepared for us? You guys going to be doing?
Yeah, we're gonna go. They got some microphones.
Some weed before you go up?
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get high with wherever you guys get ready. My name's Scott. I wish we
There.
Fire.
Sarah.
Hi, it's Sarah.
It's hard to hear.
Sarah. Yeah, that album music was good.
I don't think it's on yet.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a water or something. Okay,
I'll let everybody know too. You might, everybody takes a quick smoke break.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to just give like
Sure. Yeah.
and then that way, yeah, just smoke a little.
Okay, so we're smoking up everywhere. Played a show like that at the Edge, Belgium, and the first game of play was packed. We're up next, and everyone leaves. And we're like, fuck, everyone just left the whole place. And we're like, oh well, we came all the way to Belgium, we're going to play the show. So we get up on stage, start playing, and everyone comes rushing back in for it. It was smoke break.
Everybody's out smoking, right?
Yeah, smoke over, right? Open?
Yeah.
Chats. Yeah. Waste too much film. Waste too much film. Yeah.
You wanna get this, Sarah?
Yeah. Oh
We wait for the artist.
no. Yeah.
Godzilla versus the small monster. Godzilla was like this, right? That's supposed to be. Small, the small monster was like an environmental, just, yeah, these, Godzilla. Special request. Okay, you got your questions all prepared? That works? We got one. Okay.
I don't care about me.
We're gonna ask the crowd. Yeah. George, Studer. It's not a question. Just the purple? Yeah.
Wait, you just fear me.
Okay, so somebody should be live.
Test.
Testing.
Just
testes. There you go.
Yeah, mine's off.
Which one, the left or the right? The testes.
Took me a second.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Two testing.
Let's not start.
This is in the test.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah, and it was, I think, 2001.
Oh,
really? Let's see, So, that's Steve.
I'm missing the ColoRADo.
I don't know, it's no, really.
So
I
very
heard
good.
it, passed it back and forth. No, I get no signal.
I'm gonna try.
So is it on two? Put it in two.
This one over here is on 2, and this one's on 1.
Well, put it in three.
You want 1 on 3? One's going into 3.
No, one is fine.
Oh, one's fine. I put 1 back in. And we'll
Well,
put 2
one
in.
should, there should be signal there.
check. How about you?
Now, I'm so good.
Okay. You put it in three.
Yeah, I put in 3 now.
Okay, do the test.
Check.
Switch on.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, yeah, hang on, third.
You gotta see it.
It was an intelligence test, wasn't it? I failed.
The test.
We didn't is in
Put it that way.
Whatever, Mike.
Yeah, Lauren, should I change your television
You want it back
set?
into 1?
Yeah. This is only a test.
I'm pulling it now, okay?
Okay.
Or the 2, 3 to 2.
Three, okay.
All right, you're holding 1 and 2 now.
Sweet. Really sweet.
Okay.
Sweet to be here.
How's the volume?
Ready? I like it.
Rich, is the volume okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Right.
Too loud? Too?
No, it's up to, is it?
Yes. Good.
Up or down a notch? Okay.
Yeah, down a notch.
Okay.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Howdy.
Or mostly ladies.
Here they come.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Man, pardon the spiders up in this gallery. Here you go.
Partly spiders.
Can I just step on this leaf? Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna do that.
Yes.
As good as it's gonna get. Here we go.
You guys want us to read something each, or you wanna yell at us, or ask questions, or throw shit?
Really a combination there.
What band is it?
Sorry?
What band?
Okay. I was briefly in the band for 3 years called Peace Corps. And for maybe 6 months before that, Monster Birth, which was just a parody band. Parody of Christian death for people connected with us. That was it for me. Well, actually, I was in the Zippo Chimps, I forgot. Zippo Chimps briefly. It was pretty well known. But Sluggo, he's the guy, he's the musician.
I've been in bands for a long time, a lot of them. Guess what? I was in a band in Boston that became kind of a grunge noise band, and we got signed by that guy. And he was the first one to put out a record and for my band and got us on the road. So it was my first time west of Chicago. I grew up near Boston. And I thought Chicago was halfway across the country. Turns out it isn't.
There's more to it.
Right? And then I was in a band for, let's see, I was in a band for 8. And we toured Europe for the first time with that band. That was my wife, who was a great singer. And after that, I was in a band for 20 years, the longest band I was in. And we dressed like old ladies and played loud punk rock.
What was the name of that band?
That band was called The Grannies. It was a brilliant concept of mine that a lot of people thought was just retarded. But we played for 20 years, we played all over the world, and we played with all types of bands. You know, we played with black metal bands, we played with ska bands, we played with, it always went over.
Street fairs and such.
What's that?
Ashbury street fairs.
Yeah, we headlined that one time.
Yeah.
Our singer was from Düsseldorf, so Germany. So we played Germany a lot. My wife and I had 2 boys, and the first boy learned to walk on tour in Rotterdam. It was 1. As I figured out, have a kid, take him on tour, which actually is very hard.
It's hard to find a babysitter.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did that band for 20 years, 25 years, and then we played our last show this March.
I was there. Great
Bill
show.
was there.
Yeah, the only time we got to see him, it was worth it.
Except when the singer took everything off, right?
I could have done without the gaping anus, but yeah, otherwise it was a great show.
Right. He's not a bashful dude. Right?
Not shy.
Yeah, so that's what bands I was in. I had a last band that was kind of countryish called Wrecked. REQ''D, like that little annoying light that comes up on your car dashboard that says maintenance required.
Required.
My wife was also in that band, and my wife also sang backup on all of the Grannies albums. We had about 12 albums.
And a smattering of these are available here in our merchandise.
That's true, they are. They are a smattering. We ended up on a Texas label, the Grannies did, because Texans seem to love guys in dresses.
Something about Texas and dresses.
That's right, exactly. That's it.
Every Tennessee recently was trying to ban drag shows, and there was this band called Pueblo that started. It was all drag queens playing Great Dead.
Right on. Why would you want to ban that? That's fucking entertainment. You know? You don't want people to have too much fun.
So we call ourselves the Thompson Twins? Or, no, wait, I'm sorry.
I never heard so much fun before.
Dust Trail? Or is it Dust? Trail Dust?
Dust Trail Twins.
Dust Trail Twins.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I went over like a dirt and punch bowl, but yeah, it's still, we're working on the concept.
It's true. It's in progress. Well, one of the awesome things about, Bill getting me on tour and touring is meeting people. Like you guys tonight, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just the people you meet on tour, the new food you get to try, the new places you get to go to, the new shit you get into. I was someone who was shy, and I actually, if I hadn't made myself be in a band, I would have liked to just stay home and not gone out. I didn't have to, because then you don't have to see people. But it kind of forced me to. And I ended up meeting some really cool people. Actually meeting a ton of really cool people.
I'm fairly antisocial myself, but I've been doing the book tour myself for about a year. And to me, it's kind of like time travel. You get to see old friends with new wrinkles. And it's cool to catch up with people that you haven't seen in 30 or 40 years. So that part of it, and the new people too as well. New places like Pueblo. And it's an adventure, just getting out there and seeing what the world is like and what record stores are doing. Because that's what I did for most of my life, is run a record store and a record label. And that ended about 10 years ago, and it's cool to see that scene is still happening, and how it's still, thriving and doing its thing. Independent music is still out there, and art and culture is still alive in spite of the weird times we live in.
So your first time in Pueblo?
First time in Pueblo, before, that's about it for ColoRADo. First time to Colorado at all.
Yeah, first time, which is crazy because I toured all over the country. I just never came through the middle, so it's a beautiful state. So, yeah. Carl, good question.
When was the first release for the label? What year was that?
Classic Shock label. It was, the first one was, well, we started, the store itself was 1980. The label started in 1983. And we were living in Pomona at the time, so we did, I was a fan of compilations, but I had a small budget, so I figured I'd do a local compilation on a 7-inch, and we called it Noise from Nowhere. Because Pomona seemed like it was nowhere. It wasn't Hollywood, it wasn't Orange County. We were part of LA, but not really. We were just like these hicks up in the weird suburbs where they had the county fair, just like we got, or the state fair. In this case, it was the county fair. And so that was the 7-inch Noise from Nowhere. And I got the artwork from being a pen pal and a friend of mine in Boise called Pushead. Went on to do stuff like the Misfits and the Meatmen and yeah, Metallica's a little band he hooked up with. And so we were just me and Sluggo shared a common thing that we grew up and did our thing in the pre-internet age, pre-cell phones and pre-technology. We had to do a lot of things by phone calls and writing letters and things of that nature. Just putting a network together with people, like-minded people around the country.
Yeah, back in the day when you let other bands sleep on your floor, and then you go to their town and you'd sleep on their floor. Just shit like that. And, you got lost a lot. So trying to find clubs. Yeah.
You were long time friends with Kurt Cobain?
I was, and then I met him, I let him want to sleep on our floor.
Speed the Force.
Good example of that.
Yeah. And when I knew him, he was a super nice guy, just super humble. He sat there and let me play him a demo tape of my band. And I ended up, I ended up getting lucky, but that day when they slept on our floor, we'd gone to see them play the first time they came to Boston. And the next morning they get up and Kurt's talking to me, he says, "That guitar was smashed on your wall, can I have it?" Because it was a guitar that I smashed at CBGB's when I jumped off stage and it broke. And I put it on my wall, kind of like, I don't know, like Andy Warhol or something, just look cool.
Like an art thing.
Yeah, I had a guitar nailed to your wall, right? And I'm like, "Why do you want it? It's broken." And he goes, "I know, but it's not broken very badly. I can fix it and smash it again." Because at that stage, he didn't have any money. He didn't have money to buy guitars, but he smashed
This is
guitars.
88 or 89?
89, yeah.
This is before they blew up like the big band.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess you can have it, but I've only had it there for a month and I kind of like having a smashed guitar on my wall." And he goes, "Well, I got one that's I can't fix. How about if I give you that one?" I'm like, "Okay, that sounds like a fair trade." I did. I said, "Pretend you're a big rock star and just write over." So he did. Which is, I don't consider myself a smart businessman at all, but that was a smart business move. I hung on to it for 20-something years, moving all apartments, moving across the country, and just had it. At some point I realized it might be worth something. I don't know. So when you cut to a couple of years later, my wife and I, we have 2 kids. We had bought a house that we couldn't afford. We had a picture framing business, and the business it was going downhill because of the economy in 2006 or 7. Mortgage meltdown or something. We were having an argument about money, which we did back then all the time, and we were probably going close to bankruptcy. And and then out of the blue, I got an email from a woman in England that I contacted a couple of years earlier about Kurt's guitar just to check if it was worth any money. And I talked to her, and she gets a hold of me this day after we had this argument, my wife and I, and she says, "I have private clients now that pay a lot of money for that stuff." She goes, "Would you want to sell it?" And I go, "Yeah, I guess." For whatever. And I ended up getting $100,000 for it, and which kept us from going bankrupt. And a lot of people were like, "Well, that's not very punk rock song." So I'm like, you know what? He was a friend of mine, and he would say, "If some idiot wants to give you $100,000 for a bunch of broken wood, fucking go for it." I was like, okay, maybe it's not punk rock, but it's helping my family in the way I wanted to. So, yeah. I wanted to ask you, how did you end up getting the Hickories on your label?
Well, we were a store, but we were also a distributor, so we would, distribute music from different labels around the country. And Jeff Smith had a label called Montaco, Missouri, which I believe in Swahili is fine ass. That's besides the point. But he put out that first record, They Go Hits, were only in it for the corn, and I think he also had me sell the Ideals 12-inch. And he was happy with the relationship because I was actually paying him when they sold the records and stuff. So from there, we developed a friendship over the phone, and he had some newer stuff coming out. He wanted me to put out a 7-inch that had the hard corn 7-inch. And they were touring quite a bit. This is like 87, 88. And then I just said, we'll do the 7-inch now. And I guess the first record went out of print. And I said, I'd like to keep that in print. I'll put it on the label and keep that going. Then fast forward to like 89, 90, they did a newer record, Waltz Across
89.
Was it 89? Yeah. Waltz Across Texas, Texas and Dresses. And that was produced by Spot, which I admired quite a bit from. He was a Black Flag producer, Mr. Do, very famous SSD producer cat. And he was living in Austin, that's how he met the Hickories. So it developed from a friendship on the phone, from being a distributor and them being broke and wanting to do their thing and have somebody to help get their music out there better.
And they were getting pretty big because then when Bill signed my band, Hell Below, we were on the same label as the Hickories, and we had never heard them. And just seeing them, I was blown away by how crazy they were. Have you guys heard of the Hickories?
Yes.
Okay. Like the first time I saw them, we showed up to play with them on like a 100-degree day in Austin in a big place, and they come out and the stage is covered with hay.
Oh, really?
Right? It's a cow. And they're all fucking trash. And the first thing Jeff does is take the mic and start swinging at the singer. And it disconnects, right? And the mic just goes sailing out over the crowd. And I look at the sound guy and he just goes like this. And a little while later, Davey Jones is in the Hickories, who actually he went on to be in the Dicks with my shirt. And
there you go.
so Davey's playing guitar. Jeff's is a prodigious smoker. He's a really good friend of mine, very good friend of mine. I just saw him last week in Portland. He still smokes a lot. He doesn't drink at all, but he's smoking. There's hay, So a fire starts. So Davey's doing this guitar solo.
Right.
In the middle of the solo, he holds a note, unzips, pisses it out, zips it back up, and
Puts the fire out, back to the song.
Yeah. I mean, that's talent right there.
They were true entertainers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions out there? Who wants to read stuff? Well, each have
What's your book
books
about?
that are lives. Mine indicators about what I was up to before punk rock came along. I was kind of involved in some kind of weird hippie street theater stuff and throwing pies at McDonald's managers and that kind of stuff in the late 70s, but that was kind of fizzling out a little bit. The hippies were really big in the Vietnam War era, but they were kind of by the late 70s, they were just about marijuana and smoke-ins, and I was all fine and well, participated in that. And then punk rock came along, and it was really a different type of excitement to it. It seemed really underground, and kind of a top secret stuff. So I opened up a record store in the back of a head shop, what they call smoke shops now. And they were just, I got hired in a head shop, and I wanted to try to carry some of this new music I was seeing, because I was going down to Hollywood and checking out the Germans and Black Flag and X and all this in Chinatown mostly. I just fell in love with the whole music, and I wanted to start my own record store. So I asked the head shop guys to let me use the back room. And the funny thing is, we were selling cocaine kits and bongs and all this other crap, mushroom kits and all that. And but the real smutty stuff is the black curtain in the back room. That was the punk rock. I mean, even the bikers and the stoners, but they were like that's the really dangerous stuff in the back room. So that was the start. And so anyway, my late wife and I ran this record store for a while until '83. We decided, well, we're doing pretty good. We're right in the right time, right spot in LA County. I mean, bands are getting huge. Circle Jerks kind of opened up the tidal wave of all these suburban kids going to shows, and things just got bigger. And Social Distortion, Adolescence, I started wanting to put on shows, so I did like these hall shows at a boxing gym, and did 4 of those shows, and that was pretty exciting. It was just an exciting time to be alive. And from then, we just kept doing what we were doing. The whole scene got bigger, and we were part of it, doing the distribution and the record label. So the story of the book is about my life doing that, and all the way to the end when we moved out to Tucson in 1988, opened up a new store, whole new scene, different city, different culture, and we kept things going and just supported underground music. That's what we were all about. We never carried anything major label, even though we loved maybe the Clash or the Sex Pistols. They were on major labels. That's not what we cared about. We wanted to support these underground bands, and that's where we put our focus. And it's chock full of anecdotes and graphics and short stories and just the history of running a record label and when things were a little more dangerous than they are now as far as punk rock goes.
And you did a lot of touring as like manager or merch person or guy in charge of keeping shit together for Raw Power, right?
Yeah, I also got involved in this Italian band that I discovered in '84 at the Olympic Auditorium. It was opening up for the Dead Kennedys. They wanted to do an Olympic punk rock show. It had bands from Mexico, bands from Holland, Solution Mortal, BGK, Richetet from Finland, and Reagan Youth was also on the bill. And I saw Raw Power there, and I was just blown away. They were just this amazing live band. A week later, I got a phone call from a friend of mine, Paul Mayhern, who was in the Zero Boys, but he was also a recording studio dude in Indianapolis. He said, I just recorded this album by these Italians. They're called Raw Power. I don't know if you ever heard of them. I go, yeah, I just saw them last week at the Olympic. It blew my mind. I said, well, I got a tape. They were looking for a label. You want to hear it? And he mailed it off, and then I just like, fuck yeah, man, this is fucking great. So I got behind them, and they started touring the states, like every single state in the country outside of Alaska and Hawaii. I think they covered. They were constantly touring in '84, '85, '86 with Dago Abortions, on tour, D-Cry. They shared stages with a lot of bands, Bad Brains. And anyway, they were just an amazing live act. We developed a real good friendship over the years. And then in the '90s, when things were kind of changing in music, they were like Black Flag. It's Italy's version of Black Flag, except they never broke up. They were touring in Europe. They played with Poison Idea, War. Anyway, so they became like my other family. When I started doing merch with them and traveling with them, I became even closer to them. And it was just like like a different family. They were my punk rock family members. And so that was a really cool experience. Sarah and I went to Japan. You'd be surprised. Raw Power, they were playing 5 shows in Japan. And we just showed up and asked if we get put on the guest list, and we had a really great time seeing them again. So that's another part of the story. So it's about running punk rock from 1980 to 2014. And all the different aspects, different characters, takeaways. This gentleman over here. And so that's what it's about.
I guess it's, so like I was saying, Jeff Smith with the Hit Boys is a very good friend of mine. And he and I were talking recently. We came to the realization that we had both, our relationship with Bill were very similar. We were both young, like kind of fucked up punks in our bands. And it was during the '89, '90s when some bands were starting to get bigger. And we both thought for a minute there that like, Bill wasn't doing very much for us. We're on this label, and we feel like he could be doing more. We're not making money. We're not, and it took me a little while. It took me like a year or two until I realized I was completely fucking wrong. That he was trying his hardest. He was taking whatever money he had and making t-shirts for us and putting out our records. And I know I lost some money. I didn't, it's like, so here I am bitching about, I think I should deserve more money. I'm like, no, I didn't. because of him, I ended up touring the country, meeting people, ending up in San Francisco. Because once I played the Bay Area, I was like, this is awesome. I ended up moving there, meeting my wife. We just had our 30th wedding anniversary. So, you know, a lot of that's his fault. But and I've apologized to him over the years because I owed him a big one. And Jeff said, "Me too, Sluggo." I did the same thing. I didn't see his vision. I didn't see how he walked when he talked. He didn't put major label albums in there, which he could have to make more money. You know, so I just, you know, I know you know that, but other people don't.
Other people, that's what we're out here for, just to share our story and how they connect to each other. And we have mutual friends that develop into really good friendships. You know, Skin Yard guys. And
Yep.
I connected you with other people that became really lifelong friends.
Skin Yard was a Seattle band, a Seattle grunge band. It was on Toxic Shock. And so Bill is Toxic Shock. I'm on Pueblo's on Toxic Shock, so is Skin Yard. Daniel House, another very good friend of mine, who's the bass player, was also working at Sub Pop. And he's the one who said, when Nirvana first came to Boston, look for Sluggo and his girlfriend JJ, they'll put you up.
You got to understand, in 1988, when Sub Pop started, they weren't a very big label at all. I think Mystic Records is bigger than Sub Pop at the time.
Right.
And things changed really quick. And somebody developed this word called grunge, I think it was. I don't know what genius did that. But all of a sudden, they got all this press, and things were really. I mean, Sub Pop were really bright about manipulating media and creating this big buzz going. And they knew how to, you know.
But because of Toxic Shock, that's how I got to Nirvana. So
yeah,
it's his fault again, you know. It's just, I can't. It's just you know, I owe him a lot of things. Is what I'm saying. Don't want to make you blush over that.
I'm trying not to.
That's why we have a pink light on us.
So that's my purple light, so I blend in.
Hullabaloo.
Yeah.
Did you play in Aurora, Illinois, in 1990?
Unfortunately, no. This is my first time in Colorado.
No, Illinois.
Aurora, Illinois.
Played in my mom's.
Isn't there Aurora, Colorado?
I was doing a show under the Drunk Rock Entertainment for 10 years, but Hullabaloo, I remember that I had the second week and played in my mom's place. 90, 91, 89.
We played Chicago in '89.
We're like 60 miles.
But that's the only place we played. And that show we got arrested before it too. 2 members of the band got arrested. And the sign outside the club said, "Hullabaloo tonight if they get out of jail."
That's fucking punk rock.
Yeah, we,
I had the second week.
right on. Yeah, dude. That was a fun band. That was the first band I was ever in where we also were like, you know what? We don't give a shit what the crowd thinks. We're gonna just do what we want to do. And that, you know, worked half the time, and half the time they fucking hated us.
Yeah, for me, I was into the supporting bands. It didn't seem like they wanted to be popular. They weren't popular necessarily. I mean, to me, Raw Power in LA, all the English bands were like, everybody's crazy about the English bands. They thought they were the greatest shit in the world. But here's these Italians coming along, and like, nobody gave a shit about Italian bands. They go, fuck, they're just as good, if not way better than most British bands. What the fuck's wrong with people? They wanted to make sure they became, you know, like, I don't know, bands were underdogs were the kind of thing I wanted to get behind. That was my whole thing. Just the bands that weren't the most, you know, popular kids in school or whatever. Those are the people I wanted to try to lend my support to. That's what it was all about for me.
I want to say though that Raw Power is one of my top 5 influences in punk. Is like for my punk band. But Mario's vocals and Raw Power and everybody, it's straight aggression. That's why I always try to model.
Huge impression on people.
I try to model my band after Raw Power since the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's how influential Raw Power is for us.
I mean, they toured more of the United States than a lot of American bands. It was just, they really put in the time, you know, they were always over here.
Didn't they, is this true? Because this is what I heard from some of my hardcore friends that one of the Raw Power's early 80s tours, they went all the way across the country, and I think the band got broken in or something, and they got all the passports stolen. So they had no way to get home. So they were like, well, we'll just keep touring. So they kept like touring for like 2 years.
There was a tour
back
that,
and forth.
they got extended, like, well, we can't go home, can you get us more gigs? And I was on the phone trying to line up some shows to last until
They went back and forth across the country, right?
Oh, God, all the time, cross country, constantly, yeah.
Oklahoma City, see a video, and then at my buddy's house, I played with NLTA back in the early 80s.
Right on.
Yeah. There's another really great band that never should have got much better known than NLTA. It's an amazing band. It was great stuff. So.
Good question. You guys mentioned like touring around, like how many bands sort of do, especially from like different countries. Do you guys ever get behind like spinning the other guys at Flipper?
Flipper is probably my favorite band of all time. Just because of their attitude and just the sheer.
You talk about not wanting to get anywhere. Yeah, I know. Awesome. Because I guess when I was living in San Francisco, they had gotten their album out on, what was it? It was a major label album. It came out on.
Yeah, like Rick Rubin.
So it was a fancy club that was going to do a record release party for it. They showed up for it, and they were so fucked up. Like, two of them managed to crawl onto the stage, and that was it. That was the show. Nothing was plugged in. That was the show. That was their record release. What's that?
Good show.
Yeah, good show.
Yeah, some of the best shows ever are just complete disasters. Like the Germs. Germs had a brilliant album, GI, but live they were just a mess, man. They were just a drunken fucking mess. You could never even keep the microphone even near his mouth. It was always out here, and he was just flat on his face, drunken. But it was quite the spectacle. But yeah, it wasn't really. It was a disaster. But those are fun times. To me, punk rock is about mohawks or whatever. It's about your attitude and your view of society. And, I don't know. It's just an underground form of rock and roll, and that's what I'm about.
And the community.
And it builds community more so than a lot of other types of, ego stroking genres of music. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's like you all have each other's back. Kind of. I mean, you're a little bit of competition, but you still have each other's back. So you want to maybe try a little harder with this band and push them a little bit, and they'll push you. I mean, one time Pueblo played with the Cows in Minneapolis, and the Cows were a fucking awesome band. I don't know if you guys
They're a great live band.
know that. Years later, the promoter said that somehow I upstaged Shannon, the singer, that's impossible. It's impossible to upstage Shannon. I mean, the day that Nirvana woke up on my floor, Thor who was the guitar player of the Cows, because Pueblo played with the Cows a couple times, he calls me up and he's like, "Slug, I'm in Boston. I need to ride back to New York." And both Nirvana was going to New York the next day, and we were going to New York. So we all did this caravan, and Thor came with us. And the reason Thor was up in Boston was because he had a couple days off because the Cows had gone on their first U.S. tour. Their first date was CBGB's. The band had gone out partying afterwards, and Shannon was in like some loft space, and he was up on the roof, and he was fucked up, and he fell through the roof, and he broke both his arms. So he was in the hospital getting both his arms fixed. And he did the rest of the tour, okay? He did the rest of the tour with 2 full arm casts. So you think about how fun that is when you go to the bathroom or after you do it. Right, exactly. You gotta really hope your bandmates like you.
Is that in the book? Because that's a good one.
Maybe.
That's rare outtake.
The fact that this guy years later was telling me that I upstaged Shannon, I was like, dude, that's not
I
fucking
met that
awesome.
guy in Minneapolis, John Senna.
Yeah,
It's a cool show. So I saw the flyer, and it was like 3 of my Toxic Shock bands playing together. It's you guys, House of Large Sizes, and Jesus Christ.
And we had
with Cows.
Cat and Jalen from what's the awesome women punk band? Lori
Babes in
Rivera.
Toyland?
No, Lori Rivera was the drummer.
Not Babes in
Cat.
Toyland?
Yes, Babes in Toyland. So Cat from Babes in Toyland was like dancing like a whirling dervish that whole time we were playing there.
Yeah, wow. It sounds like an amazing night.
How's the tour been going?
It's been fun just meeting people, and like you said, we've seen a couple old timers like ourselves that are still alive. You know,
like Brad and Ron, hey, thanks for staying alive, man. We're still doing it.
Brad made the shirt that Bill has on. That has like our pictures on the back of it. I was like, that's over and above.
The sign language thing is fuck you. It has toxic shock and brunch. Both logos were designed by Pusshead, so that's one thing we have in common. And it's got the cover of
the poster.
The poster.
It's
The
got
posters on the back.
Yeah, the poster on the back. So. We've done great. The scenery is fucking awesome. We took Sarah and Bill and I took the train up from Salt Lake to Denver, which is it's only 16 fucking hours. Which gives you a fair amount of time to take pictures out the window. So I think I took 250 pictures. But
I've been trying to do as much of this book tour myself by train whenever possible. We did a train trip to San Antonio to visit. Jeff Smith has a record store in San Antonio, so we saw him, and then we went on to Houston and New Orleans, where I used to briefly had a record store for about a year and a half. So that was all done by train, and we flew home. But whenever possible, we do train. I prefer mode of transportation.
And it's just fun doing these things because it's like I don't go in. I don't know. He doesn't either. We don't go in with any expectations. You know, just
I just show up and
we'll see a new place.
What happens?
Meet some people.
Yeah.
Tell them some stories if they want.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Sure.
Bravo.